There we go. Beautiful. I've got a mic if we need one, Jones. We've got one, have we? They are fire hazards, aren't they? Sorry, hang on.
Have you been on this scaffold before?
I've been on this one, no. I've called. I've been on a worse one over at Spring Hill, Caroline Springs. Actually, I don't know whether it is worse. Yeah, you're high up, though. It's good. But it's. I wouldn't call it reaching the health and safety facets for you.
This one is, I think, is definitely the most awkward one to get on.
That's right.
Yeah, you can use yours if you want.
Okay. How you going? Not bad.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
We're on, aren't we? Yeah. Ready? Good evening and welcome to the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex, the home of the Bentleigh Greens Football Club. Been around for 40 years. Second last round of the NPLW Senol competition, the premier competition for these two sides. Their second last game, one to go next week. And we've got Bentleigh Greens, who are second bottom, but had a good win last week. And Preston Lions, well beaten by Essendon, who at the moment are on the same number of points. They're in 11th position, Keilor Park in 12th. Both have battled a bit this year on 26 points and with the same goal difference as well. So they're looking to go 3 points clear, of course, with Keilor Park, a game in hand before the last round next week, with all teams playing on the same day. The Bentleigh starting lineup: Felicity Georgakopoulos, number 2, Savannah Oxley, one of the American girls, at 3, Emma Robers 6, Kiera Mayers 11, Mia Otero, another American, 12, Yuka Sato 14, Kate Dunn, yet another American, at 15. Wearing number 17 is Karina Tolios. Melissa Barbieri, one of the greats of women's soccer in this country, 86 appearances for the Matildas and 90 W League matches as well. The veteran at the age of 46, she's the captain and the goalkeeper. Julia Sardo, number 24, and Anastasia Theodiosu, 61. Their subs: Ali, number 20, Normington, 28, Coletsis, 34, Stradling, 39, Budden, 46, and also wearing 55 is Kinsella. The Preston team: Hera Hosen is the goalkeeper. Dewey, number 3, has come in at the mid-season transfer window from Adelaide United. Masamoto, 7. Popovic, 12. 14 is Iaria from Melbourne Victory. As we're underway here, Malloy, 15, and wearing number 19. As we get underway here, and that is Papaleo, 22, Harrington, 30, Massey, Yamada, 35, and Valentine Percy, who scored 7 times this year. She is number 44. And the subs, very quickly: Kalic, number 10, Filipovic, 16, Trubiano, 29, Olivia Edwards, 51, Datella, 55, and Talaveska, 99. So underway. Earlier in the season, it was a high-scoring game. Preston won 5-3 over Bentleigh. As Theodosu puts it over the sideline, where the two coaches are. The grandstand over the other side of the ground. We've got the social club rooms here for Senol NPLW round 23. And they've got numbers at the back here. Bentleigh looking to clear now. Katie Dunn should receive and does. In front of our commentary position. Goes in short now. Her teammate, though, had the ball whipped away from her, and that was Mayers, who then wins it back again. Good play. Goes inside with the pass. They try and control it. Theodosu again does well. The little pocket rocket goes back under pressure. Bentleigh back inside their attacking half, and looking to control it now is Otero. Otero, long ball from a long way out, and she's off target, but she had a decent crack at that. She might have been 30 metres out, but that's a good promising start by the Bentleigh Greens team, who had a good win last week and have won 2 of their past 3. Down the right-hand side goes Preston. Turned over again in midfield. Theodosu had it taken away. Preston looking to get inside their attacking half. Dunn is there, but she had it whipped away from her. Brilliant play by Iaria, who's one of the mid-season transfer window recruits from Melbourne Victory, wearing the dark blue boots. Melissa Barbieri to inbound now with the support of the defence in Oxley. Back to Oxley again inside the 18-yard area. Finds Dunn. Dunn will keep it pushing along. Still inside, looking for a teammate to run onto that, and that is Mayers again. Mayers goes back to the defence, looking to try and settle through Robers. Robers from the W League as well. Western United and Melbourne Victory. Pass nearly run down. Inside the attacking half, then back to Robers again. Looking to stroll her way through. She goes for a long ballooning ball. Getting a little boot on that Asato. Controls it outside the 18-yard area. Looking for a teammate to run onto it who had that long shot before. That was a good attempt, but she couldn't control it at Tero. And it's going to be a Preston Lions ball in the first couple of minutes in the Senol NPLW round 25 fixture. 2 rounds to go. As Bentleigh are able to chop off an attempted move by Preston. They have it in the middle of the park now. Looking for a way through. Pass out wide to Dunn. Dunn receives from Tolios. Gets it with a long ball to the 18-yard area of the defence. Clears it for Preston only momentarily. Back to Dunn, who hacks it towards Theodosu. Theodosu nearly run down. Tries to get a little pass out. Wasn't able to. Getting back the tall figure of Malloy for Preston. And it's cleared by Herahusen. Dunn a nice header again. Bobbling around. Can't control it though, Preston. And over the sideline. Bentleigh having more control early days. Iaria was trying to control that for the Lions. 7 wins this year. Dunn, throw, good one inside the 18-yard area. It clears her intended teammate though, Atero. Cleared at the back by Malloy again. Tries to find Masamoto. Masamoto is turned inside out. Good play by Bentleigh. They're good on the ball so far and hassling hard. They win the ball. Number of players combining nicely. Giacopoulos being one of those. Goes inside now to Sato. Sato, a through ball on the outside, but cut off. Good defence provided by Preston. But they turn it over to Sato once more. Hacked down defensively by the Greens. Robers involved. Tries to get boot to ball. Gets pushed off it though. Good defence provided by Dewey from Adelaide United. An important mid-season transfer window recruit. That pass, a bit errant from the goalkeeper in Herahusen, and I think the last to touch it, Preston claiming that they were last to touch it, in Papaleo, that Bentleigh were last to touch it, I should say, and the ref has agreed. Mayers getting the last possession. So it's going to be a goal kick to Herahusen. They've had 4 clean sheets this year, Preston. 8 times they haven't scored, and Bentleigh 10 times scoreless and 1 clean sheet. But have been better since their mid-season transfer window recruits, Bentleigh, after being belted in a number of games in the first half of the season. Here's Percy, tries to get boot to ball, but it's all green shirts. Defending high, going back now to Barbieri. Barbieri on the back track, inside the 18-yard area. Plays on immediately, finds Savannah Oxley. Savannah Oxley goes down the line, looking for a teammate to run onto it. Unable to on that occasion, Mayers. She may get a chance, Rovers. And Valentine Percy there for Preston. Sato had it whipped away. Magnificent effort here to get it inside. Good effort by Yamada. She has another chance at it, just getting a save on it was Barbieri. 2 magnificent efforts by Masamoto, and then she nearly got it past Barbieri, but the veteran at 46 got a hand on it to make the save as it was on target. Could have been 1-0 and against the trim because Preston have hardly been deep. They're inside their attacking half at the moment. They go back now to halfway and getting outside the 18-yard area. The goalkeeper, Herahusen, has a player on her own. Yamada, who got close to scoring, wearing a headband, goes back now. Taken by Papaleo. And then the defence combines again through Malloy. Malloy going wide. Down the out of side. Through ball, a good one. Controlled by Dewey. From Adelaide United in the W League. Good solid player. Running onto it now, Masamoto. Couldn't get there. Goes back now to Robers. Oxley. Sato. Dewey does well to bring her down. And there's going to be a free going the way of the Bentleigh Greens team. Oxley receives from the left-footed teammate on that outer side Rovers. Dunn. Oxley Gets it inside the attacking half, but good defence. Getting her boot involved there was Popovic and puts it over the sideline for a Bentleigh ball. Famous name, of course, Tony Popovic coached the Socceroos into the round of 32 at the World Cup back in June. The Australians started brightly in that great first win and then hardly fired a shot. Never looked like it after that. Here's Sato. Has a couple of opponents around her, and in the end, claiming at last was Sato against a Japanese countrywoman, Yamada. And here's Katie Dunn from America. Inside the 18-yard area to Theodosu. Couldn't find the target in Mayers. Back to Dunn, who's been good so far. She's looking to switch. May have to go back to Robers or Oxley. A bit further to Barbieri. Barbieri now outside the 18-yard area. One of the greats. 86 times for Australia she played. Pass now to Oxley in the purple boots. Savannah Oxley working her way through. Players pressing now for Preston. Lobbing ball. Good defence though. At the back by Malloy. Allows her goalkeeper to take it unimpeded in Harrison. Gets it out to the right-hand side. Here's Malloy again. Solid defender. Down that right-hand side. Looking for a through ball. Cut off at the back. Good play to Sato. From Rovers. Goes in short now. Looking to try and set something up. The Bentleigh Greens trying to control it. Tolios. And it's over the sideline. It will be a Bentleigh ball once more. They're monopolising possession early days. We're in the 10th minute. Senol NPLW round 25. Couple of rounds left before the finals. The last round next Sunday. Throw back in. Sato gets a little header on that. But cleared at the back by Massey. Yamada, who had that shot before, and her ball inside the attacking half misses the target. Katie Dunn having a good start to the match. Will go in short. Not controlled properly though by Georgakopoulos, but luckily Sato's there to help her out. Gets it now to a teammate. It goes across the face in Tolios. Long ball by the Greens again. Taken at the bootlaces by Mayers. Georgakopoulos was there but was beaten by the defence. Good play, Aria, on a couple of occasions. Had a player confronting her. Now Oxley's there with the Aria. Good battle. Coming to try and help out. Nearly a turnover. Was Massey, who scored 5 times this year for Preston. Receives a little pass inside from Iaria. Back to Massey. Massey, a lovely back heel. That was clever. Deft touch to Yamada. Back now on the left-hand side, trying to work her way through with a nice ball, Iaria again. Couldn't find her teammate in Dewey. And the team in green, Bentleigh Greens, turn it over. Robers, Oxley, Dunn, all inside the defensive half. Has to go back as there's nothing on offer. All the red shirts are pressed up just inside their defensive half. Oxley receiving from Barbieri. Goes back to Robers. The defence doing a good job so far for Bentleigh Greens. Some good players there at the back. Robers down that left-hand side, a ballooning ball. Getting in the road though, Massey couldn't control it. Goes further down the left-hand side. Theodosu beaten by the defenders of Preston, who are happy to concede it over the sideline in the 12th minute. Couldn't control it. Taken by Masamoto. And not able to control it was Popovic for Preston, but having the last touch with a green. So the Lions in possession to Percy. Players holding on to her, having scored 7 times this year, legally though. Here's Rovers right on halfway. 2 opponents hassling her. Tries to get it out. Her teammate not able to get hold of it. Ball to be won. And that was Harrington looking to win it and couldn't. And Barbieri leaves her 18-yard penalty area and just boots it out of there at ground level, trying to win control of it. Well played by Little Sato, but a turnover again on halfway by Preston. The pass is not sticking for both teams. At the back, the reliable defender there, Malloy. Gets it down the right-hand side. Harrington does well. Good ball. And Masamoto was involved there. And Massey too. And it's taken by Bentleigh. In front of the grandstand on the outer side. Here at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. Massey going back. Still inside the attacking half for Preston, but cut off again. Good defence by the Greens, and they elect to go back and start again through Barbieri. In short, Sato, the little playmaker for them. Nice little ball once more. Robers. Oxley, long ball, ballooning ball, but headed at the back. Well played, Yamada. Cutting inside, well played, Theodosu. Did an outstanding job, just as her opponent, Popovic, was pressing. A ball right across the face, hoping that they can get there in Tolios. But good defence again by the Lions down the right-hand side. But it will be brought straight back by Sato of Bentleigh Greens. Back inside the attacking half. Here's Sato again, able to turn her opponent inside out. In Popovic, long ball into the breadbasket, waiting for it just on the left-hand side. It's a long way out, that ball, but it was straight into the waiting arms of Herahusen. Down now to Yamada. Try to get a through ball, but getting involved again was Oxley. And then getting the last touch for Preston Lions was Iaria, one of their W League recruits in the mid-season transfer window. Otero in the line boots looking for the ball to come her way, but Theodoso gets there but couldn't control it. Iaria gets it down again, taken by Massey, who scored 5 times. Nice ball over to the far side. Masamoto. And then the last pass didn't stick. Came from Harrington and cleared by Barbieri. Robers. Receives again from Sato on the far side. Rovers looking for a way through. Nice ball. Sato. Cleared at the back again, Harrington. Sato once more. The defence is good, getting up high for both teams. Yamada receiving from Papaleo, starting tonight. Pass out wide again. Through ball, Harrington. Clean bowls her teammate who made a meal of that and cleared at the back by Rovers. A long, long ball. It's offside. Against the Bentleigh Greens, Otero. And taken comfortably, vacuuming it in on the 18-yard area. It's Herahusen. Harrington couldn't quite trap it. Push back. They win possession again, the Greens. Georgakopoulos. Sato pushes it on again. Theodosu. Through ball once more, but nothing. The final third not working for Bentleigh at the moment, having a few opportunities. Cleared at the back by Herahusen. And now the creative with the red headband. Working her way down that left-hand side is Yamada of Preston. Stopped by Dunn. Then tried to get it to Georgakopoulos. Chopped off though. Good defence provided by Massey. And back now to a teammate, Papaleo. Malloy. Working her way through Harrington. Comes down to Iaria. Traps it nicely. He's got Dunn for company. Inside ball again. Dewey beats one, beats two. The second time kicks into bodies. Gets a little pass to Percy, who's creative, but great defence provided by the Greens team that got back inside the 18-yard area. Katie Dunn amongst those got the last touch. Percy didn't have any room to move then. Yamada back into play. Down to Harrington. Iaria. I should say Massey has scored 5 times. Cleared by Robus, just on the edge of the 18-yard area. Does well to control it. Looking for a way out. Little ball now to Sato. We're in the 18th minute. Still 0-0. Played on again, but I think it had too much on it from Theodosu from the Sato pass. And she received it just over the sideline in front of where myself and James, my cameraman, great to be with him tonight. Operating from for the stream, Yamada. Little header, Sardo gets in the road. Taken by Dewey, has been good so far. Striving hard, Harrington, but coming the other way. Good play to get it, Sarlo. Tried to get it to Theodosu. Good defence, though, provided by coming in late. Doing a wonderful job, Popovich for the Lions, but turns it over to the opposite number 12, Otero. Otero now gets it in towards Theodosu, but she turns it over. Turnover City here. Iaria getting back. Finds the creative Massey, but she kicks into bodies. Otero might receive it, couldn't. Good defence again by the Lions, but only as far as Georgakopoulos and Dunn and Sato. Back to Dunn. They look to load up again inside their attacking half. Robers. Sato. Oxley. Savannah Oxley looking for a way through. Does well with a nice little delicate pass. Otero and Oxley, the two Americans combining. Tries to get past oncoming traffic. Yamada does well to work her way into that contest and work Oxley out of it. But again, it's going to be a Bentleigh ball from the sideline. Inside their attacking half, they've had more of the attack so far from the City end here. Or the northern end, really. Trying to keep it alive as she received it inside the penalty area was Myers. Tried to trap it, but had too much pace on it to control it. Over the byline, it will be a Preston ball. Hera Houston. 5-3 was the score early in the season between these two. They've played in a few high-scoring games. I saw Preston against Spring Hills, and it was a 4-3 match. At one stage, they led 3-2. Valentina Percy scoring twice. And of their 25 goals, she scored 7 of them this year. And Massey scored 5. Here's Yamada receiving it on the half volley. Gets it down now towards Dewey. Dewey under pressure, goes back now. Clearing ball from Malloy. And now Iaria. Now Percy tries to get it towards her teammate, Matsumoto. But getting back is Sato. Playing as a defensive midfielder, did very, very well. Despite having Matsumoto for company right in her face. She got it back to Barbieri, who switches play to Oxley. Has fellow American Dunning close if she wants to go there. Goes longer. Loping ball. Gets it to the back. Here's a chance now. Malloy been very solid. Gets it out wide now to Harrington. The partners in crime down back for Preston. Looking for a way through. Little ball finds Matsumoto. Matsumoto under pressure. Tries to turn opponents inside out. Does okay. And then had it taken away from her by Otero. Tried a backheel pass. And I think Matsumoto got a touch on that. It's going to be a Bentleigh ball once more. Inside now to Sato. Sato going back. Sato. Robers. Oxley. Dunn. Been good so far. Back now to Robers. A lot of experience in the W League, Emma Robers. Down that left-hand side. Through ball. Her teammate was caught a little bit napping there in Otero. And it will be a free going the way of Preston, and Harrington will take it. Or is the goalkeeper going to take it? The goalkeeper's going to take it. Hera Houston, we're into the 22nd minute, almost halfway. Still 0-0, great to be here. Kingston Heath Football Complex. Through ball, but hacked at the back by Oxley. No one was on the end of that for Preston, a bit ill-directed. Taken by Sato. Gets it wide now. Looking for a way through, Theodosu. Myers. Controls to her own advantage on the edge of the 18-yard area. Has opponents right with her. Gets it to the top of the 10-yard box. Good save. Coming down the left-hand side by Hera Houston. They get another chance at it. Sato got a little boot on that. and also Otero, but they couldn't quite find the finish. Great save by Herahusen. Barbieri's made a great save as well. Here's Percy on the ball. Inside the defensive half. Has to go back now. Masimoto. Papaleo switching to the left-hand side. And Yamada. Yamada with a lot of space to work in. Goes wide. Iaria now. Dunn's right with her. Iaria plays it in front, but Dunn whips it away from her. And then does well, but the pass goes absolutely nowhere. Taken by Massey. She went across the face and she turned it over, Katie Dunn. Luckily, Massey couldn't control her shot inbound towards goal, and it ends up over the byline. Or is it going to be a corner kick? No. The Greens had the last touch. It ricocheted over the byline. So the first corner kick of the night going to Sian Dewey, one of the mid-season transfer window recruits, came from Adelaide United. Masimoto being another one, Iaria. And among the Bentleigh inclusions, Oxley, Dunn, Otero. Part of the large American contingent playing in this competition this year, which is fantastic. They've all been outstanding. High ballooning ball. Valentina Percy tried to get a header on it, but cleared at the back by Sardo. She just foots it out of there on the left. Bouncing ball towards the sideline. And I have a feeling that it's going to be a Preston ball at will. Sardo did well then. She just showed terrific desperation, determination and proactiveness. Under some pressure, trying to control it, Preston. And again, it will be a Bentleigh ball as Preston tried to find a way down that right-hand side. Heading to the southern end. Still 0-0, we're in the 25th minute. Had a few draws this year, Preston. 5 in total. They would be the favourites to win this game. Equal 11th on the table. Same number of points as Keilor Park and also the same number of goals difference, 17. And not able to control over the sideline once more. Bentleigh Greens through Mayers. Just starting to get more of the ball inside there, attacking half, Preston. And once more, it will be a Bentleigh ball as they couldn't trap it cleanly. Massey goes back now to Sardo. Through ball again. Mayers. The defence, though, holding up firmly at the back. Papaleo. Yamada, one of the playmakers for this Preston side. In short. Works out nicely. Papaleo. Back now. Dewey has a player on her right, all on her own. Harrington can set up an attacking move here. Lobs it. Good defence at the back, though, by Oxley. Then a shot by Percy. Oxley's there again once more, knowing that Percy is dangerous and was right with her. She was happy to concede it over the sideline. Preston take it inside their attacking half. Running onto the throw is Massey. I've liked the game of Dewey so far, who backheels it cleverly back. But kicking into bodies is Massey. Good defence by the Greens. Taken by Masimoto. But then attacking it hard, the veteran, Barbieri. Had a name written all over that and goes for the drop kick. What a beauty that was, Melissa. Into the middle of the ground like the old-fashioned 1960s VFL footy. Sensational drop kick by Melissa Barbieri. And they're not able to control it. Was the Preston team led by Harrington, who pass had too much on it for Masimoto. So the Greens in the 28th minute with the ball just inside their attacking half. But Preston starting to get a bit of it. They push it forward again through Harrington at the back. Well played by Rober. She's been solid in defence so far. Finds a teammate looking to run onto it and does cleverly. That is Tolios. Hasn't had a lot of it so far. But Iaria gets back and intercepts inside the defensive half of Preston and the attacking half. Harrington gets it to Iaria. Great run, Iaria. On the edge of the 18-yard area. Cuts past one. Cuts past the second. But then getting a little boot on that was Sardo, who got back nicely for the Greens on the edge of the 18-yard area. Finds Masimoto. Nice little ball to Dewey, who just keeps it moving on to Harrington. And then Valentino Percy does magnificently to just push it on without stopping. But the defence of Bentleigh clear it, and they'll concede it over the sideline. They did get numbers back then, Bentleigh, to help Barbieri out. But some deft little passing, allowing the ball to just keep moving. Dewey and Percy, who receives it from Yamada. Oxley kicks into Yamada, ricochets back to Percy. Manages to burn her opponent off Otero, and then off the body of the Greens. And they've got it inside their attacking half, deep into their attacking half now, Preston. And you'd say they've had more than the lion's share of territory in the last 10 minutes or so. We're approaching the 29th minute. The header to Valentino Percy, then another header just on the edge of the 10-yard box. Didn't quite have enough on it from Iaria. And having it covered on the right-hand side was the experienced Barbieri into her waiting hands. It was on target, but she comfortably saved it. 0-0. Starting to get creative, Percy and Yamada and Iaria. Locked inside the defensive half at the moment, the Greens. Oxley looking for a way through. Lobs a ball. But it'll be taken at the back by Papaleo. Couldn't get hold of it, Dewey. Intercepted by Sato. The taller figure of Papaleo, David and Goliath there. Little Sato does well to burn her off. Back in the direction of Otero. It's missed by the defence at the back. Rare error. And then a chance for a shot at goal, but couldn't get enough on it. And it was bobbling inside the penalty area from Tolios, taken comfortably by Herahusen. She miskicks that one into the middle of the park, and there's absolutely no one there for Preston Lions. Taken right on halfway by Oxley. Out to Dunn for the Greens. Little ball, a good one to Sato again. Sato, a look-away ball to Dunn. Right on halfway. Does she keep it alive? I reckon that was out. But the Lions person said no. Pushed by her opponent there, Masamoto. Dunn keeps control of it again. Didn't get enough support. Whipped away by Yamada. Now they're in possession, loving the game of Dewey. Goes inside. They'll keep it going through Harrington. Through ball Percy. Cut off at the back. Well played Rovers. Rovers gets shoved off it though by the very aggressive Massey. Does well again. Under pressure. Has to go back because opponents are around her. And they'll set up again through Papaleo. And Malloy. Down the right-hand side. Harrington. Nearly lost control of it. Outnumbered. But they win it back again. Through Popovic. Inside ball. Massey. Dewey. Giving him an option. Approaching the 18-yard area. Kick into bodies again. Masamoto back now to Dewey. Once more. Green shirts are around and they rebound it out. Theodosu, though, who took the ball with her bootlaces, wasn't able to find a teammate or a target. And the only avenue was the sideline. Round 25 of the NPLW, Senol NPLW for season 2026. Into the 32nd minute of the first half. Both teams have had one shot apiece on goal. And is there a player? Yes, getting some treatment for Bentleigh. Hopefully they're okay. It often does happen where players get treatment in the middle of a half in the first half. There's often not a lot of changes made except if there's an injury. There was a couple of those early in the season. Melissa Barbieri, the captain and the goalkeeper, who coached the Hailbury First 11 women's team in soccer in the APS this year. Hailbury having another pretty good year in the footy with Matthew Lloyd as coach and Scotty Pendlebury lining up for the Pies tonight against Brisbane. Played over 440 AFL games. So I think they're okay now. Although one of the players coming off to get some treatment. It's Tolios for Bentleigh Green. Well, Bentleigh Greens. She might be okay, though. She'll just get some treatment on the sideline. They might play with 10 players just for the time being. I don't think they'll insert a sub just yet if she's going to be okay, which she should. Again, good play by the Lions to force an error over the sideline. Throw him back in. Harrington. Malloy. Papaleo, tall figure. Yamada. Back to Papaleo. Papaleo looking for a way through. Good ball. Can it be controlled? Having a big influence, Dewey. Nice little ball towards Percy. It's got players hanging off her, as you would expect, the star striker for Preston. Back to Dewey. Kicks into the feet of Sato. They're trying to win control of it. Dewey gets a little ball on that. Percy as well. Dunn says, I'm going to get that out of there, and she does. But there's nothing on the end of it, bar the red-shirted Papaleo. Inside ball to Popovich with the socks down. Goes wide now to Harrington, controlling the right-hand side. An unimpeded run inside the attacking half now for Eva Harrington. Pushes a little ball out to Dewey. Intercepted, though. Good play. Otero. But then again, Papaleo, as they're very high, the Preston defence circumventing. And defs it wide to Yamada, working her way through. Gets it out to her teammate who was actually offside in Masumoto. And it will be a Bentleigh Greens ball into the 35th minute. It's 0-0. Both teams have had one shot each on target. Good save by the goalkeepers, Hera Houston of Preston, and very early days, Barbieri just got a hand on it. Nearly got past her. Here's Oxley, Savannah Oxley. Long ball, plenty of distance on that. Beaten to the punch was Otero by Yamada. Now getting back defensively, Oxley was pushed off it by Percy. Here's a chance now, a lovely little back heel, and Barbieri does a great job to save it from Percy. The back heel came from Massey, and she knocked it in front of herself. She almost cannoned into the right goalpost, and then she kicks into Valentino Percy. There's a falcon in her back. It was a magnificent save by Barbieri. That back heel was clever from Percy, and then Massey, who's a great finisher. Long ball, but well stopped by Barbieri. But we'll restart again as she accidentally kicked into the back of Valentine Percy. Two very clever players playing up front for Preston, nearly combined for a goal, but again Barbieri. Her reactions at 46 still magnificent. Mine are gone at 57. I dare say hers will still be then. She'll still be playing at age 57. Here's a chance now for Theodosu, Sardo, and then Otero. Preston certainly having the better of it in the last 15 minutes or so. But they have possession, Bentleigh inside. They're attacking half, trying to control it. Mayer's not able to. And it's a Preston ball again. They're having to go very wide here because Preston have set up nicely right through the middle of the pitch, making it hard for Bentleigh to get any fluency or fluidity going with their passing after a promising start in the first 15 minutes or so. Two great saves by Barbieri, one by Hera Houston. The goalkeeper's doing a good job so far, keeping the score at 0-0. Bentleigh keep it inside their attacking half. Trying to work her way through. Liking the game of Massey so far. She was dragged down. It must be her free. With nearly a good finisher, which would have given her team a 1-0 lead, but well done by Barbieri. The good thing about the way Melissa was able to position herself, and that's why she's been one of the great goalkeepers for a long time, she was anticipating that that particular shot might head in the right direction, the right-hand side, and it did. And she was there to make a great save, parry it away. Chance now. Trying to get control of the ball. There's Papaleo for Preston. But Dunn will win it back now. and lob it long, but there's no one there. Papaleo's header skims backwards. Luckily, a teammate's there to clean it up, the reliable Malloy. Malloy a through ball now. Her teammate, Popovich, one of two with the short socks. Dewey being the other turnover, though, bad turnover. Mayers, Otero put down in a clumsy challenge, and Bentleigh's free inside the attacking half. Nearly 39 minutes gone. Be a couple of minutes added on. One of the players going off for Tolios for the Bentleigh Greens team to get some running repairs. Rober's getting in a position, being a taller player, maybe to finish off with a header. Just lurking on the edge of the 18-yard area. Long ball. Trying to head it down, Robers. She did well then. It was starting to dip, and she read it nicely. She got a skimmer, but didn't get enough purchase on it. Cleaned up at the back by the goalkeeper, Hera Husson. Down now to Yamada. Yamada was under some pressure there. There's been a change. Obviously, Tolios has gone off, and Yamada got Masamoto to help her out. And now the tall figure of Papaleo. And the change has been made in the first half due to injury. Percy down the left-hand side. Yamada stays onside, close to the sideline. Looking to work her way back in. Dunn putting pressure. Good little ball back to Massey. Massey now towards Masamoto to the top of the 18-yard area to the clever Percy. What a backheel ball that was again. Couldn't get on the end of it cleverly enough though. Unfortunately, Massey just getting a little bit on that is Oxley, but they're being outnumbered 2-1 at ground level for the disputed ball. And this is Dewey again. Misses her intended teammate in Popovich, but Harrington cleans it up down the right-hand side. Looking for a way through. Not able to, though. But keeping it alive again. But straight into the breadbasket of Barbieri. And that was Iaria then. Did very well to beat a couple of opponents and cut inside. But Barbieri was on the right-hand side. She was off balance a bit and couldn't get enough on it. A curl on it to get it past Barbieri, who gets it to halfway. They're in possession. Detella, who's the player that's come on for the injured Tolios. Turnover, poor ball by Otero. Now they're on the move again. Dewey's been sensational. Out to Percy. Percy is always damaging when on the ball with these little passes. Good ball out wide again, has great vision. Harrington looking to storm her way through. A lot of green shirts in front of her, and she turns it over. She tried to pull the trigger but couldn't. Sato. The header not great from Bentleigh. And controlling the ball again. Yamada having a big influence. Papaleo, the tall defender, works her way through. Manages to burn off the Teller of Bentleigh, but only as far as Masamoto. And her ball will be stopped at the back. The defenders are able to be in sync. Sardo there to help out Barbieri. Back now to Oxley. Oxley to Robers. And on to Sardo down that left-hand side. Has the area for company. Back to Robers. Sharing it across the pitch. To Oxley, the centre-back. Has done in short, but she might go longer, Savannah. She likes to get plenty of distance on her kick. She does, wedging it. But then coming across the path and putting it over the sideline. Good defence by Popovich of Preston. So there's been a change. Tolios injured. And Detella's come on. And she may get it here. She's pushed off it. Back now to Dunn. Dunn working her way through. Under immense pressure. And not able to control it. It's one down the right-hand side by Preston. Through Harrington. And they, again, weren't able to keep it in play. So a Bentleigh ball. It's Budden who's come on for the Bentleigh Greens team. Taylor plays for Preston Lions. I'll get it right eventually. Here is Oxley. Oxley a long ball. Out to the left-hand side. That's trapped cleverly but then getting involved was Popovich. Comes back now to Mayers. Theodosu. Nice ball. Georgakopoulos. Otero. A lot of players getting touches here. Sardo again looking for a long ball. Mayers right across the face. Trying to get ahead of there, but not able to control it. Was Budden. And it's over the sideline. She was 46 on my sheet. She's 55 out there at the moment. Throw in from Yamada. Trying to get hold of it, Georgakopoulos. Ricochets to Dunn. Dunn issuing instructions. Says, I want to try and get it long if I can. Heading to the left-hand side. Header missed by Harrington. Chance now for Mayers. A bit of dancing feet. But again, she lobs it straight into the left-hand goalpost, and waiting for it comfortably was the goalkeeper, Hera Hoosen. We're into the 44th minute, still 0-0. Both teams have had some chances, some on target, some not on target. Barbieri's made 2 saves, Hera Hoosen 1. Here's Harrington inside here. And it was actually taken out of play by Preston. Getting a bit of the ball late in the half, the Greens, through Otero, who gets another chance. It's kicked into bodies and again has a long go at it with nothing on offer. And the janitor cleaning up at the back is Hera Hoosen, the goalkeeper. Down now to Yamada. In short to the tall figure of Papaleo. Back to Yamada. Good pressure placed on her by Budden. Now it comes to Dunn. Needs a bit more support. She's on the right-hand side. Staying goal side is Dewey. Kicks into the body of Dewey, does Dunn. And then Dewey had support, and this is where Preston have been better. Getting a couple of players involved when the opposition has the ball. It was off Yamada. And then cleared at the back as they get it inside the 18-yard area. And they've conceded the first corner of the night. Preston, their first corner of the night. It came off the boot of Popovich, and Oxley will take it right on half-time. Couple of minutes of injury time with Tolios coming off and Budden coming on. And Oxley. A lot of red shirts right in the goal mouth there. Let's see what Oxley can do. The ref is stopping. Saying there might have been some contact. As there's one green shirt amongst all the opposition players. And she's got her hands high, as you can see, right on the edge of the goal mouth. And that is Otero. So Oxley will have another go. It might be one of the last plays in this first half. It's 0-0. What's been an exciting first half, second last round of the season. 11th against 13th. Long ball to the 18-yard area. Can't be controlled, though, by Dunn. Has another go at it. But eventually it rolls aimlessly and harmlessly as the defenders got back nicely to help out Hera Hoosen for Preston. And no harm done as far as the Preston Knights are concerned. It remains at 0-0. In this Senol NPLW round 25 fixture. Both teams have struggled to have clean sheets this year. 4 for Preston, 1 for Bentleigh. 10 times they haven't scored. 8 times Preston have been scoreless. Had a period there in the middle of the season where they were scoreless. 4 consecutive games, and it's half time here. So an early substitution. Budden coming on for Tolios, who suffered an injury in the first half an hour. For Bentleigh, a couple of chances for Preston. An absolute ripper for Massey from a great back heel from Percy. Some lovely party tricks provided by those two players. Working hard as they got into the game after a sluggish start from Preston. The Barbieri made a great save and another good one too earlier on. And Hera Hoosen had a save as well. As Bentleigh have been pinned inside their defensive half a lot. But Dunn and Robers and Oxley doing a pretty good job at the defence of Preston, holding firm. Hera Hoosen, the goalkeeper, along with her teammates of Malloy, Papaleo, tall defender starting tonight, Harrington as well. So it's been a good first half. 0-0 here at the Kingston Heath Football Complex. Round 25 action. Bentleigh Greens at home 0. Preston Lions 0. Back with the second half shortly. Welcome back to Kingston Heath Football Complex, the home of the Bentleigh Greens. Just need to confirm that Tess Kinsella was the player that came on, not Charlie Budden, wearing number 55, as the late replacement for, I want to say late in that half anyway. Certainly not late all around. James is losing his lollies or losing things left, right and centre. That one's gone to God, James, unfortunately. So, yes, Tess Kinsella was the player that came on for the injury to Tolios. And let's see what happens in the second half, as Preston are already out. They had a few shots on goal in that first half. It was a clever piece of play. The back heel from Percy to Massey, who scored 12 goals between them. And she had a floating ball that had a bit of power on it, but the veteran, the great Melissa Barbieri, was there to cut it off, got a hand on it, and then controlled it on the way down. And Hera Hooson also made a nice save. And Barbieri, even earlier than that, the first time Preston had really pressed forward inside their attacking half and had a deep entry, she was able to get a hand on a ball that was travelling along the ground, and no harm done. So 0-0 in the Senol NPLW contest. One game to go for Preston Lions against Melbourne Victory next week to complete their season. Bentleigh's likely to go down, unless, of course, there's some word about Bundoora not wanting to come up in the VPL 1 competition. They're in the top two, so if they don't, Bentleigh, who were going to go down last year, but stayed up because it became a 14-team competition with the inclusion of Melbourne Victory and also Melbourne City. They're under 20 combinations. As Otero comes in late to join the rest of her team for Bentleigh Greens. And so they're having a chat. Melissa Barbieri, the captain, controlling things out on the pitch. And the same thing for the Preston team as well, who are looking, obviously, Valentine Percy, the captain, looking to see if they can get the 3 points here tonight. Both teams would love the 3 points. It'd be Bentleigh's 4th win of the year if they could get it. Preston's 8th. So, as I say, already an early sub with Tolios injured and Kinsella coming on to the back part of that first half. So they will have possession to kick it off. Again, another one wearing the short socks. Seems to be becoming a bit of a fashion in the world game. The socks generally been well up with all the players. So starting it off as Otero, to Sardo, to Sato, and now to Robers and Oxley. Looking for a way through. Good defence again, provided by Papaleo, but only as far as Sardo of Bentleigh. They started like this in the first half, had possession for the first few minutes. Under pressure, done. Back heels to her own advantage. Gets it down the right-hand side. Trying to get there, but not able to, was Otero. And again, good defence provided by Preston. They got it back through the boot of Popovic, and then it was thrust over the sideline with the right foot by Hera Hooson. So possession won by Dunn. Throws it inside the 18-yard area. Running out of room, trying to keep it alive. A good attempt there from Otero, but the defenders were there. She was shoved off it again. Right on the byline. Cleared down the left-hand side by Preston. But only as far as Georgakopoulos, but she couldn't control it. And now they're on the rebound. Percy, a deft little ball to Massey. And then to Harrington. Back to Massey. Goes back now. Looking for a way through. Not able to control it, Preston. One here nicely. In the middle of the pitch by Theodosu. Down the left-hand side, Mayers. 2 opponents around her. Harrington in pursuit. Does well now to keep it to her own advantage. Wants some support. May need to go back. And she tries to thread it over the top, and she does. She beats a couple of them again. Still got possession. Great effort by Mayers. Off the side of the boot, Georgakopoulos. Now they win another opportunity. Down the right-hand side, here's Katie Dunn on the left. Couldn't get enough on it. And Hera Houston's there on the edge of the 10-yard box. As there were a couple of opponents. One of them, Matiro, was lurking dangerously. Gee, that Hera Houston, that ball couldn't be trapped or tracked properly by Iaria. And won by Sardo. Theodosu. Back heel. Gee, the girls have been doing that all night. Mayers didn't work on that occasion. Dewey. Now Harrington tries to. Running out of space and room. And it will be a Preston ball. The last possession. The Greens. Wasn't much in that though. Both teams hailing cabs saying they should get possession. Harrington's throw. The header by Sardo. Percy's right with her in front of our commentary position. Good ball. Working away onto it was Massey. Lost control of it. And then she kicks into the body of an opponent who was trying to control it as well in Mayers. And they've got it just inside their attacking half, the Greens. A bit like the first half, they had territory early days. Sardo, that throw though, is impeded by Harrington. Dewey into the body of Theodosu, unintentionally. Spreads to the back. Cleared by Malloy. Hacked down, but not cleverly by Papaleo. At the bootlaces now of Iaria, but into the body of Sardo. It's a good contest here. Players kicking into bodies, rebounding and ricocheting everywhere. And Sardo was the one that had the last touch. And it's back with Eva Harrington of Preston. Still 0-0. Senol NPLW contest. Play was held on to then. Won by Sardo. There was no doubt she was holding on to, I thought, Massey, who's not happy. So it's going to be Eva Harrington again. Throw it down the line. Lovely header by Percy. Sardo interrupts it. Getting a boot to ball is Oxley. And they're not able to keep it alive, unfortunately, was Mayers of the Greens. Here's Harrington again. At the bootlaces of Massey, who burns off her opponent in Georgakopoulos. But it's a turnover. It's won by Kinsella, who has to go back to Dunn, playing well again. Nice little ball. Sardo was under pressure. I thought she was held on to then, but she got away from Papaleo. Now they're on the burst through Georgakopoulos. The Greens down the left-hand side. Mayers couldn't quite control it. With us, Harrington, who's goal side. Mayers comes back inside, and it's pushed over the byline. I think Harrington was happy to concede a corner the way of Bentleigh, and it's going their way. We're in the 50th minute. It's still 0-0. There's been some chances for both teams. 2 for Preston, stopped by Melissa Barbieri, and 1. Probably not as gilt-edged as the 2 that have gone the way of Preston. By Bentleigh, stopped by Hera Houston, the goalkeeper. So Oxley slips over and miskicks the corner kick. Lands inside the 18-yard area, cleared at the back by Dewey, who's had a great game. Now they're on the burst, Iaria dribbling to her own advantage, needs players to come down and lend her support. But they weren't there, but it wasn't cleared properly by Rovers. Here she goes again, she shoots. Magnificent running effort by Iaria, just had a bit too much on it. And I wonder whether Barbieri may have just got a hand on that. I think she did. Magnificent performance there by Iaria. She ran nearly the length of the field. Turned a couple of opponents inside out. Had them cold. And in fact, Barbieri didn't get a touch on that. It just went. She just had a bit too much on it. Those little legs were pumping and she just put it over the crossbar. But that was an outstanding effort by Iaria. That's why she plays W League with Melbourne Victory, and a handy addition for Preston in the mid-season transfer window. Long ball by Oxley, but nothing on the end of it. It's been Bentleigh's issue tonight. Preston have constructed passes better inside their final third. Hera Houston. Papaleo. Hera Houston clears it again, trying to hack it. In mid-air, Sardo couldn't control it. Preston will win possession again down that left-hand side. Inside ball. Masimoto. Yamada. Good defence though by Dunn, who managed to protect the rest of the defence and slide it over the sideline. But Preston in possession again. Yamada. Now a long shot, missing by a long, long way. It was set up, but she couldn't quite finish it, Papaleo. Too much on it. In fact, it was Dewey who had that shot from a long way out. There's been a few of those Hail Marys from well outside the 18-yard penalty area. Cleared by Rovers. To Sardo. Back to the centre-back in Oxley. Look away ball to Rovers again. Rovers looking for a way through. Sardo with the heels right in front of us on the sideline. Goes back now. Can't find a way through. They're still camped inside the defensive half, the Greens. Through Oxley again. She's been allowed through. She looks for a pass and wants someone to be on the end of it in green, but it's all red at the back. And good work by Popovich, who has control of it now. Looking for Papaleo. Goes back again to the reliable Malloy. Malloy now. Skimming ball through, but Barbieri can just look after it at the back. Take care of it. Rovers. Long ball. Controlled right on the sideline by Myers, but then she's stripped of it by Harrington. Great defence by Eva Harrington of Preston, but straight back to Rovers. And now Sardo just pushes it along, keeps it moving, keeps the ball in motion through Oxley. And now Katie Dunn, who's also played at Burundara and Heidelberg. But that pass is not great. Just chipping in was Masamoto, but couldn't get much on it. Cleared at the back again by the Greens, but they're inside there attacking half Preston and they're chopping it off. Dewey. Yamada. Works her way through traffic. Gets support there in her teammate in Massey, who gets it back to Dewey again. Well inside the attacking half, looking for a way through. Nice little ball. Aria has already had a shot before, then gets it towards the top of the 18-yard area, cleared by Dunn. Just threw a left boot at that one. Here's Harrington there for Preston. Was she holding on to her opponent, Mayers, who looks at the lines person and says, I reckon there was contact. Kira, I agree with you, but it's possession again for Preston, who monopolised it since the first 15 minutes of the game. Just on the edge of the 18-yard area. The very clever Massey beats a couple, still has control of it. Oh, gee, getting a boot on that was Masamoto just outside the 10-yard area, but the defence hassled and hustled well as she couldn't get a decent purchase on it, and it was off target. But the defence got back in time, but you just get the impression that Danwall might open soon, as they're getting plenty of looks at it, Preston, at the moment. 0-0, we are in the 56th minute. Senol NPLW, second last round of the season before the finals. Alamein looking to find a way in, but their goal difference is a lot more inferior to South Melbourne in sixth. Gee, Rovers was met front on by the very robust Massey, and then they push it down the left-hand side. Here's Myers for 2-on-1, but kicking into the body there was Malloy. Good effort by Myers. She was outnumbered and outgunned there, but she ensured that Preston couldn't combine. And here's Harrington. Massey, but too many green shirts involved there. Kinsella receives from Georgakopoulos. Goes back now to Dunn. Dunn elects to take on Masamoto. Had too much on it there. Down the right-hand side for Otero. And again, the defence is able to get goal side and protect the goalkeeper, Hera Houston. The defences of both sides have done a pretty good job in that area tonight. Popovich and also the other teammates down there in Malloy who receives it now from Herahusen. Papaleo, another one. There's Percy with that little pass, just rolls it along to Harrington, but it's chopped off by Sardo of the Greens to Robers, to the dark blue boots of Oxley. Robers again, hassled hard, all on her own, but doing a lot of hard work down there, still putting pressure on Barbieri. Was Massey, forced the passes to almost miss. Now Sardo goes inside, kept alive by Otero, down to the busy Sato. She has Popovic on her tail and then finds Robers, pushed along by Georgia Kopoulos. That wasn't a great pass, but Savannah Oxley gets the boot in, and then it rolls just on halfway, scissor kick, overhead from Dewey, down to Percy, and then Kinsella not able to control it. Another look inside the attacking half for Preston. We're in the 58th minute, 0-0. Hacked on by Dunn, but the wrong way. Percy does well to just get it in the direction of Massey, but then Dunn was very close to the flag and sends it over the sideline. Once more, it's Preston's ball. Yamada. Massey. They're forced back by Bentleigh here, as well played by Theodosu. She just thrust a boot at it, and the Preston team had the last touch, so it's virtually on halfway. Katie Dunn been very good tonight. Be interesting which way I go with the votes. She might be in contention. Certainly Dewey is one player I'm looking at. Preston, playing for Adelaide United in the W League. Can't get hold of it. Yamada. And then Kinsella will see it over the sideline. And the byline, actually. So it's a goal kick for the Preston team. We're in the 60th minute. Yari is on her own here on the left-hand side. Harrington getting back, as you can see. James doing a great job with the feed tonight. NPL stream. Senol NPLW round 25. Here's Malloy. Lovely header, though, by Sardo. Back inside the attacking half for the Greens. Theodosu. Georgia Kopoulos. Nearly intercepted. Couldn't quite control it. Was Malloy. Couldn't get a decent boot on it. Otero. And Harrington now pounces on it, looking to clear it for Preston. But she shoved. That was obvious. That was a professional free kick against Otero of the Greens. And Harrington is face planted. But hopefully she's okay, Eva Harrington. Is she okay? I think she's okay. Holly Massey comes up and helps her out. Going back now. Malloy. In short to Harrington, who's recovered now. Harrington down the left-hand side. Lovely ball inside to Massey. Met late by Sardo, but she keeps control of it. Now pushes it out wide towards Massamoto. On the edge of the 18-yard area. Dunn's there for company. Back to Massey. Back to Percy. Looking for a way through. Was Yamada, but she couldn't get balance or control. But I think it was off the defenders as they got back to protect that left-hand side. And Melissa Barbieri, both defences have been pretty disciplined tonight. But they've conceded a corner kick. Haven't been many of those. We're in the 61st minute. It's still 0-0 between the Bentleigh Greens and the Preston Lions. Early in the season, they played a high-scoring 8-goal affair, of which the Lions won 5-3. Swirling ball to the 18-yard area. Header is okay. And then an attempted hack from Iaria. It wasn't far away. The header, as she was going to ground, was very, very good. Plenty of purchase on it from Massey. Long ball taken by Myers. Has to go back, though, to Robers. Has been solid tonight as well. Good through ball. On the end of it, Sardo. Can she control it now? Goes inside to Otero. Has a couple of opponents around her. But then kicks straight into a red shirt. Still inside the 18-yard area. A good attempt off balance by Otero. That was travelling, that shot. And Hera Houston's not happy with the defender. She had to get back as it went over the crossbar. Nearly made something out of nothing. That was an extraordinary effort under pressure from Otero. It was, again, those passes not sticking as well as they'd like inside the final third Bentleigh Greens, but they nearly scored an extraordinary goal. Hirahusen had overcommitted slightly. Cleared from defence again by Preston. Down the left-hand side. Player brought down. Good play, Kinsella. Made it pretty tough on Massey, who was met late. She now has an opportunity, Massey, inside the attacking half at a bad pass. Cut off by Sato. She doesn't do much better with her pass. Harrington is able to intercept. Down to Iari, who's been busy but slipping over, unfortunately, Massey, before she could really get a chance to shoot outside the 18-yard area. Now on the rebound, the Greens, through Mayers in the middle of the pitch. Nice little ball to Sato. Sato will work it out wide to Dunn. Will run on it now. Masamoto chasing her hard. She's forced Dunn wide. She's goal side. Dunn continues this long searching run. Gets it towards the goal mouth, but it goes too high. And again rolls off the crossbar. Great run by Katie Dunn. We've seen both teams produce some great runs. The area nearly scored. And Katie Dunn just bolting down that right-hand side. But it was good defence by the Preston Lions to keep her wide, and they stayed goal side, which meant she had to try and force it from a long way out. Lions in possession. Papaleo. Yamada back to Papaleo. So the goalkeeper in the 10-yard box. Hirahusen. Malloy solid in defence tonight, might be in the votes. In short. Dewey. Back to Malloy. Has Harrington at close quarters. Shares it though with Massey. The two M's, Malloy and Massey. In short. Percy just gets onto it now. As Rober's nearly met her. Back to Massey. Back to Percy, who just looks so composed when she's on the ball. Goes backwards to Malloy. Good pressing by Bentleigh, forcing them to go back. Now she wedges it forward. Percy towards the area. She's under pressure from Oxley, who does very, very well. But the area wins it again. But Oxley does pretty well, but concedes a corner over the byline. She was attempting to dance around Savannah Oxley, the area, but wasn't able to do that. She was steadfast, Oxley, with her defence, but a corner kick. This is Dewey, who would have to be in the vote. She's been really good tonight. A lot of experience with Adelaide United in the W League. Looking now to see what she can do with this deep ball towards the goal mouth. It's not all that crowded. More of the players are sagging off a bit, closer to the halfway mark of the 18-yard penalty area. So what can Dewey do with this ball? Takes the pace off it. Headed in. Oh, not quite. I thought it was going to be a header. It was a great effort by Massey. No, Yamada it was. She looked like she might have got it past Barbieri, but Barbieri was on the left-hand side. It was, in the end, a beautiful curling corner kick by Dewey. And well stopped by Barbieri. He's made some great saves tonight, the veteran. How good is she? She's one of the greats of Australian football. Dewey. Back now. Papaleo. Turnover by Dunn has been magnificent. Looking for someone to get on the end of it, but leaving her territory and just throwing her right boot at it as the goalkeeper, Hirahusen for Preston. They win possession again. Masamoto. Her pass was run down. Cleared out of defence. Looking for a way through. Well played by Oxley. Down the right-hand side. Has too much on it, though. Is it kept alive? Only momentarily. Good defence again by the Lions. Yamada gets back. Working her way through. Masamoto. Yamada. Back now to Hirahusen. Turnover again against the Bentleigh Greens team, but there's a foul. Trying to get on the end of it, doing her best is Kinsella, as there's a change here. And Papaleo's coming off. And in the Preston team. And Kalic is coming on. So a long ball, hacked at the back by Harrington. Yamada's been good tonight too. Nice little ball. Puts her teammate under some pressure as she's hard on the sideline, looking to try and keep it alive. This is the Aria, who's been very good tonight. The Aria, and eventually over the sideline. So she's another one in contention. The Aria, Yamada. I mean, defenders of both teams as well. It's going to be hard to fit them all in. So Bentleigh with possession. Still no scores yet. We're in the 68th minute, halfway mark of the second half. Done. Plenty of distance on the throw. Hacked away, though, by Preston. The Aria over the sideline again. Done. Nice throw. It's going to be a Bentleigh ball. Both teams were hacking at it. And the linesperson has said that Preston had the last possession. Done. Into the middle of the pitch now. Looking to work her way through Rovers. Does well. Ball out wide to Theodosu. Kinsella had it turned over again. Just those passes not sticking in the final third. Down the left-hand side. Looking for a way through here. Massey kept it going. Goes close to the line. The Aria did well. She set it up. Lovely ball now towards her teammate in Harrington, but she miskicks it. Cleared at the back by Rovers. There to support Barbieri. And they stave off danger once more. Mayers, Rovers. And there might be a player down. Hopefully she's okay. Looks like it might be Masamoto. Yamada coming down to help her out. Again, the defence standing firm. Well done, Rovers. Right in the middle of the penalty area there to look after the goalkeeper, Barbieri. Remains 0-0. Altero's just having a chat with the coach as treatment continues for Masamoto. Very close to the 10-yard goalkeeper's box. There's lots of discussions everywhere on the pitch. Still 0-0 here. Early in the season, of course, 8 goals scored by both teams. 5 to Preston, 3 to Bentleigh. None so far tonight, so both teams might be able to salvage a draw and get a rare clean sheet, especially for Bentleigh. Just one so far this year. So we'll get a little bit of injury time at the end here of the 90 minutes. And she looks like she's in trouble here. I'd say she's coming off. She's limping, Masamoto. I hope she's okay. That might mean her season could be over too, looking how serious that leg is. She's hopping off, which means there'll be a change here, I think. Remembering that Bentleigh in the first half lost Tolios with an injury and Kinsella came on. So there'll be treatment at the end where they're attacking, which is the northern end. So she's off, Masamoto. The change has been made, or the sub has been made for the team in red. And she comes straight on and she'll get an opportunity. Filipovic. Taken over by Barbieri on the left. Down to Kinsella. Kinsella, a nice ball. Taken by Georgia Kopoulos with the knee bandaged. Down the left-hand side. Sardo again. Oh, missed a rare error by Malloy, allowing Kinsella to sweat on her and get control of it. Tries to get it inside to Mayers. Slips to Sardo. Sardo now has her teammate working hard with dancing feet. And that was Otero. Back to Sardo. Via Theodosu. And Sardo gets it again. There's Sardo and Sardo. Tried to find Georgia Coppolis. Couldn't control it. Cleaned up at the back by Rovers. Down towards Oxley. For all their work, they've gone back inside the defensive half. Now she's in the attacking half. Down to Dunn down the left-hand side. She couldn't control it. And Iaria puts it over the sideline. Remains at 0-0. We're in the 73rd minute. Senol NPLW round 25 action. Second last round of the season. Dunn to the heart of the 18-yard area. Lovely header provided by Harrington at the back. Knotted it superbly to a team's advantage, Preston. Here is Dunn again. She's been terrific tonight. Down the right-hand side. But it's all red shirts leading in the race. Stopping the Bentleigh team from getting possession with Yamada. And Bentleigh pushed it over the byline. So it will be a goal kick. They can reset. Preston. Hirahosen, close quarters. Trying to work her way through. Harrington from Malloy. Looking for a way through. They're backtracking the Bentleigh Greens players. Harrington, another long searching run. We've had a few of those. Stays onside, down the right-hand side for Filipovic. But taken from her grasp by Rovers. And then there has to almost be a shove and a foul going the way of Sardo against Harrington. Papaleo also doing well in defence then for Preston. Starting that movement. It's been a lot of dashes, hasn't it? From both teams tonight. Iaria, that long run almost resulted in a goal. Ran nearly the length of the pitch. Here's Oxley down the right-hand side now for Bentleigh. But again, been cut off. It's pushed forward once more. Theodosa, though, is not goal side. Malloy gives it to by boot. Hirahosen back to Malloy, who gets tucked in and in a little bit of bother and danger. Trying to win control of it. Preston not able to. Now Iaria, who's got a bit of class about her, beats a couple of opponents and forces the error. No, it's not. It's going the way of Bentleigh Greens. Franca Iaria was sure it was her ball and Preston's ball, but it's not. As we approach the 75th minute, there'll be a little bit of injury time with Masimoto forced off. Down the right-hand side, but again, that's a poor throw, very poor throw. It doesn't have the desired result. They've been brave tonight, Bentleigh, but they've just broken down. But their defence in their final third, their defence, though, is ensured they haven't conceded. There's been a few opportunities for Heidelberg as Malloy is able to step around Kinsella and go wide now to Harrington. They've had a great night tonight too. So many good players. Now down to Filipovic, to Percy, who keeps control of it. Tried to push it through opponents. Ricochets back to her. Now Rovers strips her of it. Does well, Emma Rovers. Been very, very good. She's got Dunn running for her. Elects to go in the middle of the pitch. Doesn't quite find the target. Mayers is there. Has a couple to beat. Well done at the back by Theodosi to win possession. Gets it through now to Sardo, which he brought down. The ref said no, legally it was. Through ball comes from Massey. Back to Percy. A lot of urgency in it now. Oh, well, she stepped over her own feet. Harrington stepped over her own feet, allowing Greens to win possession down the right-hand side. Dunn again. Went to shoot to get her team back inside the 18-yard area. She stopped and propped and lost control of it again. Sardo wins possession, top of the 18-yard area. A lot happening. Now a chance for a shot, but she couldn't get enough on it with Theodosu. She received it from Myers. It was a clever ball to the top of the 18-yard area, but she miskicked it, and it rolls along the pitch, taken comfortably by Hirahosen, who's got Malloy now in close. Has Filipovic wide if she elects to go there. Goes back to Hirahosen again. Urgency with it, 77th minute. Filipovic. Back to Malloy. Sharing it with Filipovic. Elects to take on Kinsella. Takes her on and wins easily. Gets it towards the area. There's an offside here. She was very high to be offside, but she was offside. It's a measly one that can cause the damage. They've got a little bit of talent up front. There's Percy as well, and also Massey. Rovers has had a good match tonight too. Katie Dunn and Oxley have combined well with the goalkeeper down back in Barbieri. Hacked away by Harrington from the Rovers ball. Now it ends up with Percy, who's always dangerous. Meeting a latest Sardo down the right-hand side. Goal side, though, is Rovers, opposed to the very creative Massey. And Rovers gets a boot on that and puts it over the sideline. We're in the 78th minute, still 0-0. Throw back in, Filipovic has been good since coming on. Out now to Massey, but Sardo manages to strip her of it. Does well. Little ball to Kinsella, right on the sideline. Inside ball's a good one. Picks out Theodosu, who's brought down. She'll get a foul. There wasn't a lot of contact from Dewey, but there was enough. Sardo will take it. Plays on quickly. Has a player out. Too much on it for Mayers to get a nodder on it. Cleared at the back again by the defence. Have been very good tonight for Heidelberg. Malloy. Inside ball. Dewey. Didn't quite find the target. And also ready to pounce, of course, one of the players that came on as a sub, Kalic, for Preston. But it's going to be a Bentleigh ball inside their attacking half. Katie Dunn had a great match tonight. As I say, a lot of players in contention for the vote, so I can only give it 3, 2 and 1. She might be one to get one. Led from the front. She's tried to create down that right-hand side. She's defended stoutly when required. And she gets the free kick. Takes the pace off it. Heads to the edge of the 18-yard area. Tempted header. Rovers, who's pretty tall and can finish off with a set piece, but it skims off her head with not a lot of power. And once more it is a goal kick to Herahusen, Charlotte Herahusen of Preston Lions. In the 80th minute, 0-0 between the Greens and the Lions. Malloy receiving. Interception, though, on the half volley by Sardo, but not a great pass. Dewey got in the road, and then Sardo on the road for the Greens. Down now to Otero. Otero under some pressure. Tries to keep control of it. Goes wide now. Dunn, riding rough shot on the right-hand side. Bentleigh pressing hard. Goes low and flat, but straight into the breadbasket of Herahusen, who was waiting for that, and takes it comfortably on the right-hand side near the right goalpost. Down now to her teammate, who'll try and get herself moving. Harrington bursts through 2 or 3 opponents, looking for Filipovic, but on goal side of Sardo, Filipovic shoots, but right across the face, and it goes over the byline. Good running by Filipovic. Sardo did well, though, to remain goal side, forcing her again to come wide. A bit like that effort from Katie Dunn earlier in this half, who's been enormous tonight. As is Emma Rovers. Dewey been great for Preston. Malloy solid down back. Winning possession now is Oxley. Played a pretty good game as well. Nice little Tero. And then Dunn, the 3 Americans involved in that exchange here for the Greens. Their header going back. Not a great header. And it sort of didn't quite have the control that she wanted there. Papaleo. Luckily, her goalkeeper's had a great match. Herahusen was awake to it, but Bentleigh win possession. Getting a lot of it in the closing stages here, Bentleigh. Katie Dunn again with the throw. Down the right-hand side. Turnover, though, by Preston. Could have been some handball as well, but the ref let it go. It was close. Trying to backheel it. Not able to. Yamada. Bentleigh winning possession again. Overrunning it, Theodoso. Goes back in to try and win it. They keep control of it. Sardo, but they're pushed back. And now they win possession again. Down the left-hand side. Way too much on it from Massey. They were trying those little passes in close, then Bentleigh were being closed down by Preston. As we hit the 82nd minute, still 0-0. Senol NPLW round 25 action. In their campaign next week, Bentleigh against Heidelberg, an away game. Two clubs with a huge Greek heritage. They were formed in 1986, Bentleigh, by the Greek Cypriot community. Heading balls is back into play by Rovers. Now here's Theodosu. She just lobs it over the oncoming traffic, but there's no one on the end of that. And mopped up at the back by Herahusen. Eva Harrington to receive from Malloy. Inside now to Massey. Just lobs one as she was met front on by Sato. And she draws the foul. There's Sato and Sato. Sato, the Japanese player. So here's Malloy again. I liked her game as well. Takes the pace off it to Dewey. Outstanding in the first half. Goes wide now to Filipovic, who just pushes it on. But Rovers is away to it. Tries to cut it off. Harrington in the way, lobs it to the 18-yard area. Percy pushes her opponent into that. It worked for Oxley. Trying to get control of it in mid-pitch, but not able to, was Mayers. Her teammates there, though. Otero. And bursting down the left-hand side is Sardo. Can she control it? Kinsella had it back to the play and lost it. Won by Malloy of Preston. Inside now to Massey. Massey on the left. Pulls the trigger on this ball. Dunn is there and is offside once more. Yaria just marginally, but Katie Dunn was right with her. It was a good contest. Yaria had that magnificent run early days of this half. Great stop by Melissa Barbieri. It's 0-0. We're in the 84th minute. Barbieri. Wonder if she'll keep going next year. Why not? She's played very well again tonight. Made some great saves. Dunn down the right-hand side. Kept alive by Mayers. She wants to try and get goal side. She'll cut inside. She'll take her time. She'll look for Sato, but she's not there. And there was almost an error made by Papaleo, but she had defenders at the back able to provide support. Yamada being one of those, but the pass couldn't find the target. It's over the sideline again. 0-0. Dying stages. Still plenty of time, though, for either team. And a Bentleigh foul inside their attacking half once more. Still plenty of subs to be made if needed to bring some fresh legs on. Despite it being a reasonably fresh night, it's a clear night in Melbourne. As we get towards the end of August, a freezing night at Keilor Park when they played Heidelberg 10 days ago. I was holding onto the microphone and thought my hands were going to come off. That's how cold it was. Not so bad tonight. A little bit fresh, but okay. Nice deep ball by Bentleigh. Trying to get the header on it was Rovers, but it rolls to the back and pouncing on it quickly and gleefully was the goalkeeper, Herahusen, who's done a pretty good job tonight. A few shots on target, but generally handled them, and we know Barbieri's made some great saves. That was out, that ball from Malloy to Harrington. She just stepped over the line in trying to control it, so a turnover, sloppy turnover there from Preston inside the attacking half. Won by Sardo. Otero, I reckon that was out. But the ref let it go, and charging inside the attacking half now for Preston is Massey. Down the right-hand side to the dangerous Percy. Percy gets to the top of the 10-yard box, but good defence again, putting it over the sideline. Well played by the Greens and Savannah Oxley, who's been very good tonight. It's clever by Percy, but no one was there to finish it off. Getting a little boot on that from the throw for Preston was Sato of the Greens. Kinsella. Theodosu's put down. Held on to. Deliberately. By Kalic. And here's Rovers now. We're into the 87th minute. It's 0-0. Emma Rovers a little bit undecided. Goes in short now. Theodosu. Sardo's had a good match. Lobs it to the 18-yard area. It's headed down. Here's Sato getting after it, but great defence provided by Yamada to just get away from her Japanese countrywoman to allow her goalkeeper, Hirohusen, to grab it. She was shepherding basically, but legally. Here is Malloy. Dewey, back to Malloy. Good pressure provided by Atiro. Goes after the goalkeeper, who has to just kick it out of the penalty area. Hirohusen trying to control it. Down the right-hand side. Dunn is there. Couple of headers. Clever play by Iaria with Dunn. Looking to come inside again. But once more the defence is good. Getting back and making sure the sideline is found. Katie Dunn and their American teammate, Savannah Oxley. Electing not to go for the corner. And they weren't awake to it then, Bentleigh Greens, as Dewey receives it, but her pass was a bit errant. Percy's back onto it now. A chance for Malloy. Manages to get away from Kinsella, but getting a little boot on it outside the 18-yard area defensively was Theodosu for the Greens. And then did Filipovic keep it in? I didn't think she did, no. Just a bit too long and wide for Percy to control it. As we reach minute number 89 here, still 0-0. Sato's had a good match. She's got Theodosi's worked hard. Pushed off it though by Kalic, Filipovic, Harrington, Malloy, been good. Inside ball, Dewey, been excellent. Finds Filipovic, given them vim and vitality since coming on 15 minutes ago. Pass had too much on it for Craig. Cleared at the back by Robers of Greens. And now Sato. Oh, that ball wasn't great from Theodosu. Missed the mark. Filipovic back now inside the defensive half. Kinsella putting pressure, great pressure on Malloy, who was forced to defend and retreat the ball to the goalkeeper in Hirohusen. Goes wide again. Papaleo. Kalic. Back to Papaleo. Hirohusen. Still 0-0. Hirohusen's pass misses. Her kicking has let her down a little bit tonight, Charlotte Hirohusen, but she's done a good job. Bentleigh really running the gauntlet in the last 15 minutes or so, trying to find the winner. Here's Sato at the back. The header was missed, but she kicks into bodies again. Great defence. Getting back last line by Preston to stave off danger. And that was Malloy, who got right on the byline. And the Greens had the last touch. So Hirohusen, we are into 3 minutes of injury time. Here is Malloy. Played a great game. Could get in the votes. Misses Dewey, though. Lobbing little ball was clever from Sato down to Otero. But she couldn't find the target that she was looking for in Mayers. Cleared now. Down the left-hand side by Massey. Oh, Dunn did well to stop it. Then she slipped over. And just as they were bursting forward, Preston, Dunn got a boot on that again and saved the day. What a match she's had, Katie Dunn. Just about MVP for me. And she does well again to head it away. They'll have another crack here, Preston. But getting in the road was Robers. Slides off the side of the boot. And they can reset once more. Top of the 18-yard area. Melissa Barbieri issuing instructions. Trying to find a way through. Yamada has opponents around her. Dunn, who's been so good tonight, just hooks it to the edge of the 10-yard box. Rover's got a header on that, trying to have a shot. Not successful, though. Where was Preston, cleared at the back by Rovers. Does well, gets it to halfway. Again, Malloy gets back. She's played a great game. They look to pass it out wide. Maybe one last chance. Massey under pressure. Sato keeping her honest. Turnover again by Dunn. How well has she played? Brilliant game. Down the right-hand side. Theodosu's there, but also getting back. Well done by Malloy once more. Burns off her opponents. She's been superb tonight as well for Preston. Little ball now to Dewey. Back now to Papaleo. Papaleo looking for a way through, dying stages. Can someone score here? Massey's on the ball now. She's got Harrington going for her. But the header in the road. Well done, Sardo. Back to Harrington. Dying embers of this contest. Inside to Dewey. Couldn't get boot on it. Kinsella was there with her. And then kicks into the body of Sardo. Which way is it going? It's going the way of Preston. Sardo thought that the Lions had the last touch. The Lions person didn't agree. Inside the 18-yard area, the throw from Filipovic. Here's Massey, a chance to shoot. Too much on it. Way too much on it. Even clears the fence at the back. Again, Percy with a deft little ball to the heart of the 18-yard area, but she couldn't control her balance or the shot on the left. Holly Massey remains 0-0. I think that's what we're going to get, a 0-0 draw. Haven't been too many of those this year, and these two sides, their defences have been great tonight. Down the right-hand side, one last chance for Oxley and the Greens. Sardo tries to control it, not able to. The taller figure at the back, well done by Papaleo. Gets a ball inside the attacking half, but there it is, it's all over. We get a 0-0 draw in a really entertaining game of football, round 25 of the NPLW. Thanks to Senol, the major sponsor. And it's Bentleigh Greens 0, Preston Lions 0. And a really good contest. The defences were great. Preston had more opportunities, and Melissa Barbieri made some great saves, including that unbelievable solo run from Iaria, who inserted herself in the game in the second half, the Melbourne Victory player, who joined the Preston Lions in the mid-season transfer window, and she was just able to stop it when it looked like it was going to be a goal. And then, of course, Iaria had an opportunity and just had a bit too much on it, went over the crossbar when it was nearly her and the goalkeeper in battle. That's how quick she was, burning off opponents left, right and centre. She made one save, Hirahusen, but Barbieri had to make 3 or 4 saves. And again, the veteran, absolutely fantastic. Hoping this young Bentleigh team have been much better with her inclusion. And the Americans, Dunn and Oxley, at the halfway mark of the year. Otero as well. And it was a really good contest. Of course, Preston have improved their team with Dewey coming in from Adelaide United after the W League season ended. She was good down back. Got great support from Malloy. Holly Massey was handy up front. Percy's passes were great as well. It was a really good game of football between two good sides. And it was unfortunate, a couple of injuries. Tolios in the first half for the Bentleigh Greens, and looks like a bad ankle. And she's going to be piggybacked off by Melissa Barbieri, who's one of the greats of women's soccer. Masimoto, who went off with about 15 minutes to go. So it's Bentleigh Greens 0, Preston Lions 0. They've both got one more game left to end the season. The Greens take on Heidelberg. Preston have got Melbourne Victory. They get 1 point each tonight. And who knows, Bentleigh still might stay up despite being clearly second bottom and expected to be relegated. But as I said earlier, some talk to Bundoora, who have done well in the VPL 1 competition, may not want to come up. But we'll keep a close eye on that with the last round of the season. All matches being played next Sunday afternoon. Let's pick the 3, 2 and 1 MVP for Player of the Year. This is going to be very, very tough because so many players made an impression throughout the match. I'm going to give one vote to Franca Iaria of Preston. I thought her second half in particular was absolutely outstanding, and she provided some opportunities. Of course, had that gilt-edged chance. I mentioned it a couple of times where she just burst away from one end of the pitch to the other, beat a number of opponents, and just hit it a little bit too hard and high. She might have nearly had Melissa Barbieri beaten. So one vote to Franca Iaria of Preston. I thought she was terrific tonight, did an outstanding job. Going to give 2 votes, particularly for her first half. She was solid again in the second half for the Preston Lions. I thought the game of Sian Dewey was superb tonight. And she played as a midfielder at times as well, defensive midfielder, as well as being very good down back as the Bentleigh girls are in a circle. Been spoken to by their coach after picking up a point tonight. And 3 votes, and I thought clearly she was MVP. Number of Americans joining Bentleigh at the halfway mark of the year, and Katie Dunn, one of those. She's had experience, though, in this league before at Burundara and Heidelberg. I thought the way that she attacked, the way that she defended, and then, as I say, got on the attack and had a chance down the right-hand side where she was a little bit too close to the sideline to get a decent shot. Was an example of how well she played tonight. Her two-way running magnificent. So Katie Dunn gets 3 votes. Sian Dewey of Preston Lions 2 votes. And Franca Iaria of Preston Lions gets 1 vote. So a terrific contest. And in the end, here at the Kingston Heath Football Complex, the last home game for Bentleigh Greens for the season. And it's Bentleigh Greens 0. Thanks to James for all his hard work. And Preston Lions 0. Have a great night.